What's up, guys? Warcrux here. So this is the rant video. I'm going to preface this by saying, if you're easily butthurt, don't watch this any further. Leave your feelings at the door, so to speak. So I'm just gonna this is gonna be unedited, raw, ramble thoughts about the state of things in PvP. So I'm Horcrux. You guys know. This is Moomies. Come here, Mooms. This is Moomies. Her name's Maru. She's gonna be my co-caster, so to speak, my moral support. So I don't get too off the hinges. So, all right. So without further ado, let's hop into it, guys. As you guys know, in my last video, if you saw it, I'm making the transition from Xbox to PC. I'm gonna go over a lot of controversial topics in this video. More than likely, I'm gonna offend most of you, which is okay. If you're not open to criticism, then get the fuck out. I'm gonna go over some of the classes, some of the skills in PvP. Just basic features, quality of life, concerns that should be in ESO but are not. It's been 4 years on console, 5 years on PC. Why they're not in the game yet is beyond me. It's gonna be a pretty negative video. Not gonna lie. I will praise Zos when Zos deserves to be praised, which isn't often. But all my opinions, they're just opinions. Keep that in mind. I have 3,000 hours on my Sorcerer alone in PvP, so I have a pretty good understanding of how the game works and what kind of needs to change, what needs to happen, what I would like to see. Also, keep in mind, my opinions are based off console, not PC or PlayStation, Xbox specifically, so my experiences may not be what your guys' experiences are. So, let's hop right into it. The first thing I'm going to knock, I'm a mag sort main. You guys know this if you watch the channel. I've sword and board builds, Deathstroke builds, two-hander builds, whatever. I can do anything you want with the Sorcerer. Now, Sorcerers right now are the most broken piece of shit class in the game. If for a second you think you're good running a pet sword build and dicking on people, especially in 1v1s, you're an idiot. And to say that the pets are not overpowered, completely need to be reworked, is such an understatement. Okay, now let me throw out some numbers to you. On my Sorcerer, I had 30k resist with Armor Master and Bloodspawn. I had 3k crit resist. People who I don't know, people who are not even max CP, running pets. The Twilight Tick, the lightning zap shit thing, it's hitting me for 3k. That's every 2 seconds. That's way stronger than the Mag Warden's dot, the Fetcher infection. The fact that there's so much raw free damage is just absurd. Not only that, okay, you can instantly summon these motherfuckers. You can't interrupt them. They get free cast when you get interrupted. Utter bullshit. There needs to be a cooldown on which you can resummon the Twilight. And the reason I say that is because people can kite around the thing. It takes so many hits. Okay, so that's just one pet. Okay, I'm on Xbox. I'm gonna go to PC now, but I'm on Xbox. 30 frames on a good day. On most days, they usually average around 20. Imagine trying to hit a Sorcerer kiting behind a pet, and maybe a Daedroth, and maybe an engine guard. Who knows what the pet may be? Maybe another Scamp, maybe an Atro. Imagine trying to hit them on 20 frames per second with a controller. Okay. Now, why there's not a tab target feature in the game? For example, let's say when you highlight someone, why can your attacks not go to specifically target your highlighted target instead of everyone else around it? Or why can Zos not implement an option in your combat logs that specifically says do not target enemy pets, or specifically target enemy players, prioritize enemy players over pets, anything? I mean, I'm not a programmer, an engineer. I've done a little bit of scripting myself, but that's not hard. To me, that's not hard. This game's been out for 5 years. Why there's not a feature like that in the game, especially on Xbox, PC, whatever. There may be a feature. There's probably an add-on for that. I'm not too experienced yet, but it will be. But on console, why there's not an option for that is beyond me. Pestworks right now are completely broken. Like, just utterly broken in every aspect of the word. If for a second you think you're good running Petsword, dicking on people, you're not. Let me tell you. It's going to hurt your feelings, whatever. Don't care. Now, when you add other cheesy sets, especially in duels like Shadowrun on top of that, you're a piece of shit. Okay, Shadowrun's actually completely overperforming, in my opinion, in duels. Like, it's just an absurd set. Like, anyone running any kind of proc sets in duels, and you brag about it or clip it, like, get a life, get some skill. Like, there's a couple of people on console, myself, don't run proc sets. Rise Eye being one, myself. Now, that really tests your true skill, whether you're not relying on RNG-based win, Now, I'll stop talking about Sorcs, Mag Sorcs in particular. They're broken right now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's the most shit class there ever was right now. I hate that Sorcs are so broken the way they are. I hate that pet Sorcs can actually beat me without much effort sometimes, even though they're not good. That's frustrating. For me, having 3,000 hours on my Sorcerer, I would expect for me to have a better game than that, than just a broken build or setup. Are pets getting any changes? No, not really. That frustrates me a lot. Anyway, moving on. Stam Sorcs. We'll just kind of go down the list here. Whatever. Stam Sorcs really aren't too meta on console. I really don't have any issues with them. Other than Dawnbreaker Spin to Win. That's just annoying, being from a Mage background, but whatever. Let's go move on to the next class I want to talk about a little bit. DKs. Stam DKs in general, pretty well balanced, I would say. Now the corrosive builds are pretty overpowered. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they are what they are, but it's only in very specific scenarios that they're good, like one-on-ones, whatever. I'm not really running too much of a problem with the corrosive builds. Now, Mag DKs, however, I'm glad they're getting some love this patch. I'm not sure if you guys try to run a Mag DK solo in open world, but it's damn near impossible. It really is on Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, PC, kind of whatever. There's a lot of plebs. How many? Let me challenge you guys. Go on YouTube. Look at montages, 1vx clips. How many are on Xbox? How many are on Xbox? Little to none. You want to know why? Because the player base on Xbox is a bunch of sweats. Everyone on Xbox, for the most part, is exceptionally good at the game. You're not going to get hardly any 1vx's on Xbox. Just because the player base is so, just veteran, so to speak. PlayStation, not so much. PC, there's such an influx of players sometimes. You can find a bunch of noobs. But on Xbox, no. It's not. It's the same fucker again and again and again. And their 20-man controlled Zergs and their 4-man perfectly orchestrated groups are just running mucks. And I just wish there was a higher player base on consoles to kind of offset that a little bit. Anyway, I'm pointing about the DK. They needed some love in open world for sure. The wing buff / nerf, it's, in my opinion, it's a buff. Yeah, in 1v1s and duels, it's getting shit on. It really is. But the changes to wings in open world, being able to negate, I think, 50% damage and reflect some damage, not reflect some damage, but it shoots a fireball or something, like every half second. That's dope as fuck in open world. Because in open world, you spam wings, literally in a second, your charges are gone. It's not much mitigation at all. This way, you can get some more, mitigation overall. Now, in duels, yeah, the only classes it really affects are Sorcerers and Nightblades, because their entire bursts come from projectiles, for the most part. So now you're not reflecting those projectiles per se, but at least you're taking 50% damage, less damage. In my opinion, it's kind of give and take. It just really depends how you look at it. Wings just prolong the inevitable anyway, in my opinion. But now, since the changes, it might actually be kind of a viable shield, so to speak. Not really too much to say about Magplars and Stamplars. Magplars, or healing in general in ESO, is a bunch of bullshit. That smart healing is bullshit. Like, you can literally sit there and spam LTRT and heal everyone around you perfectly all the time. Try something like World of Warcraft. The healing in that, you have to be really good to heal correctly. You have to preemptively, apply your HOTS. In console, the Magplar, it's a brain dead class if you're a healer. No offense. It's just brain dead as fuck. You don't have to do anything. Magplars in general, kind kind of balanced. The whole purge thing, I feel, should cost a lot more. I know that's the idea of the class, but you can literally weave cleanses in, and you know that shuts down like I would say like 70% of the classes in the game, especially DKs. Sword system as well, because we rely on our curse to really burst you, and that's always cleansed. There's another thing I was wanting to touch on. We'll come back to that later. But Magplars, Stamplars aren't so much of a problem anymore. I think they're in a good place, even though I fucking hate them. That's my weakness as a Mag Sorc, is the Stamplar. But I do feel that they're in a pretty decent place now. Just the whole healing aspect of the game is just needs reworked. Like there's no skill in it whatsoever. There's too much healing. It's too much synergy healing, accidental healing. Like your healing should be intentional. You shouldn't be accidentally healing shit stings behind you getting digged down because you have no map awareness of what's going on. That shouldn't happen. You know. But I digress on that. I mean, the skill cap on healing is not very high. We'll just put it that way. A couple of the other classes I want to talk about. Stanblades. It's about fucking time. You guys have had it too good for too fucking long. Like, that class has just been ridiculous. Okay, it's not just the buffs and the debuffs. It's not just the amount of bursts that can come out of nowhere. Okay, Cloak needs to be reworked. That shit is ridiculous. Literally, I'm fighting Stam Blades, and every other attack is a Cloak. What do you do against that? Run Detect Pods, Josh, but you know, why should I have to spend my real money to run detection pods? Because someone's crushing on Invis. They were supposed to take that out at some point. I think I read in the patch notes. Take Invis out of the game completely. Like, it's such a broken mechanic by itself, you know? And there's no counterplay. There's literally no counterplay. You can throw a Flare from the Resto skill line, or a Detect Pot. Inner Light's broke as fuck. It'd be literally on top of their dick hole when you use it. And that's like 4,500 Magicka. Good luck spamming that just to pull someone out of stealth once. You know? And on top of that, roll dodge. Like, people are roll dodging now worse than ever. Like, back in vanilla. Like, 8 or 9 times in a row. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Literally roll dodging stealth, roll dodging stealth, roll dodging stealth. It's such a hard class to lock down, and there's just not enough hard CCs in the game to stop that. Most of them are projectile based. The only hard CC in the game that cannot be dodged, to my knowledge, is Fossilize. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's just Fossilize. That can be blocked or some other shenanigans. It's the only one. And the distance on that is null. It's such a short cast range. And that's only one class. I mean, there's not anything to counter a Stanblade. If he wants to go in stealth, he can come in, blow his load, and that's it. You're not going to lock him down. He's gone. You know, especially in 1v1's how annoying that shit is. It's just, all in all, the roll dodge mechanic needs to be adjusted. The cost of roll dodging needs to be a lot higher than it is right now. I mean, it's just super frustrating. I mean, other Stam classes may not understand what an issue it is, but as a projectile-based person, you know, it's beyond annoying. It's damn near frustrating. Now, the Magborns was a counter to that. They had, you know, the Cliff Racer. They hit through dodge roll. They took that away because everyone's crying about it. And now there's literally no counter to it. There's no counterplay. There's no skill in it. People just do it proactively, reactively. It's bullshit. There should be more games, or maybe a set in the game that allows you to hit through roll dodge. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibilities. You could waste a 5-piece armor set. Just like, hey, it gives them a true sight. They can hit through roll dodge. I mean, I'd run that set on fucking everything. Would it be overpowered? Absolutely not. Because you're wasting an entire 5-piece just to hit someone in a roll dodge. You know? But there just needs to be more stuff to counter that. There's not. Will there be? Who knows, but not in the upcoming patch. So, the way things are, they will remain that way. Just hopefully the Necromancer can shut that shit down. Probably not. I'm not sure how that stuff works through stealth just yet. I haven't played too much on the PTS, but we'll get there. All right, kind of next thing I want to talk about. I mean, we can go over to classes all day. At the end of the day, everything's broken, overpowered. It's all shit needs reworked. Right? That's the moral of the story. But on real note, Magdans. I've been playing a lot of Magdans. In group play, really good. Solo, not so much. There's not so much you can do with that class. I mean, it hits really hard. It's got a lot of group potential, but as a solo class, it's kind of sus. Stand-ins, however, if I see another Beatles, Dawnbreaker, Steel Tornado on my recap, I'm gonna scream. Like, that shit's insane. Yeah, it's only burst. Anything after that, they really can't do much. But they can just roll dodge and roll dodge, the Shimmering Shield, okay, or Decisive, or use their back bar tree ult. They run Decisive and the Shimmering Shield. They're going to get the roll back in literally like 8 seconds. So it's going to be round up for another Beatles Dawnbreaker spin to win. That shit's annoying. Steel Tornado by itself needs nerfed. Or put an option in your CP tree that reduces damage against AoE attacks. Mag Wardens need buffed. Like, you cannot have enough sustain, enough damage to really fuck with anyone. There needs to be a CP tree, increase AoE damage. So what if it double dips, factor that out, rework the CP tree. The CP tree sucks. It absolutely sucks. There's no variety. You pretty much toss your points in anywhere, and aim points is just as good anywhere as anywhere else. There's not a lot of variety in this game when it comes to that. I thought the CP tree would be something like WoW back in Wrath of the Lich King. I don't know if you guys played that, but your skill trees are very important. Like the way you allocated your points, like it made the class play very differently. Yeah, Frost Mage is a Frost Mage is a Frost Mage, but depending on how you do your tree, those Frost Mages act very differently, and they're countered very differently depending on how you spec into it. That's what I was expecting on ESO and didn't get that. Still, not a lot of variety. Yeah. Oh, Horcrux, there's a lot of sets in the game. There's too many sets in the game. There's too much balancing. There's not enough manpower to balance all the sets that they need to be. I mean, most sets, if you think about it, are just regurgitations of something else. I mean, there's no new like breakthrough set, my opinion, they just need to just rework the sets from the ground up, like straight up. There's just too much shit to look at. Now, if ZOS, Bethesda, whatever, had the manpower to carefully monitor and hot patch and fix these sets, whatever. But they just simply don't. They're not worried about ESO right now. They're worried about the next Elder Scrolls game. Like that's where all their resources are going. This game's not gonna be balanced. This game's gonna be dead when the next Elder Scrolls Online comes out. And guess what? More than likely, all this grinding and shit everyone's been doing is gonna be for nothing. Everyone's buying a new game, you gotta start all over. But hopefully it just be kind of like an extension onto Elder Scrolls Online. But we'll see how it works out. But back to the classes. That's really kind of all I want to touch on in terms of shit that's broken. Stand blades, Sorks. Those are your two. They just need completely reworked. They reworked the stand blade. Very happy about that. They've had it too good for too long. Now Sorcerers, I don't know what to say about next patch. I really hope the Necromancer is just the best class ever, so people will stop playing fucking pet Sorks. Like I said, put something in the game so I do not have to target your dumbass pet. It's hitting me for 3k every 2 seconds. Okay. Enough rant about that. So let's hop into the difference, from my experience, from the consoles to PC. I touched a little bit on it in my last video. Me going over to PC, not gonna lie guys, I've dreaded this. But I just want to give it a try. My buddy Jonathan Leslie flew in from Texas. He came in. We kind of sit down and talked about it. You know what? We're gonna give it a try because I love ESO. But to be honest with you, fellas, on Xbox, it's just too toxic. It's awful. Like, no one's willing to help you. Everyone's always got their fucking hand out. I mean, it's just fucking awful. Right? And my girlfriend's calling me during this video. She's gonna be upset, but I'll call her back in a minute. But Xbox is just shit, guys. I'm telling you. Come over to PC. Like, as soon as I got here, I didn't know anyone. I'm already in, like, you know, 2 of the biggest trading guilds. I mean, everyone there is super helpful. They've crafted me all my shit. There's no fees for anything. I've got free Skyreach runs up to level 50. I was from 1 to 50 in less than 5 hours. Okay. And I didn't just get lucky. That's just the way it is. The economy is so much better. So much better. I even looked online to buy some gold because, yeah, I've researched the shit out of this. Before I was going to go to PC, I was going to buy some gold, and I did. You want to know how much the exchange rate is on PC compared to console? Here's some numbers for you. The cheapest I could find on console for Xbox in North America, $1. Okay, $1 would get you about 24,000 gold or 20,000 gold. You know how much gold I bought for $12 on PC? I bought a meal for $12. You try to buy a meal on Xbox, that's just gonna cost you like 50, 60 bucks. And it's just the way it is. Like, there's more people on PC, so supply and demand, you know, competitive rates are there. Everything's cheap as fuck. Spinners, golden jewelry, guys. Shit, you know, guys, on Xbox, that shit's like 120 grand a pop. Spinners, jewelry, gold. Okay, guess how much I found on PC? It's just going for 50K. That's how most of the gold jewelry is. But yeah, spinners is pretty common, so supply and demand keeps it low. But you know, that's just the way it is. The economy is so much better on PC, and that's what really makes and breaks the MMO is the economy. And yeah, they did have that dupe bug, you know, a long time ago, but yeah, that's since been dealt with. But you know, when it comes to MMO, the economy is, you know, kind of the make or break decision. That's why a lot of games have kind of fallen off the map. What was those 2 games that came out recently? Fucking oh god, let's see. Red Dead was one that gold glitch kind of fucked that game up completely, right off the rip. And then the one kind of only PvE mode one kind of looks like Destiny, whatever that is. There's a duping glitch for that, and there's a currency glitch for that. And now that game's fucked. You know, you can't just ban all those players. You can't just remove those items and currency they've collected. It's in the game. You know, the devs fucked that up, and that's why you don't hear about those games hardly anymore. Because shit like that, there's just no end game. And when you do get to the end game, it's fucked up because of duplication glitches or currency, you know, bugs or whatever. But that's a video for another time, guys. I'm pretty much done with my rant. PC is just a lot better. I've played on it for about 5-6 days now, and I have nothing bad to say about it. It runs so much smoother. All the animation canceling, attacks, everything is so much better. There's no crashing. And I don't even have like state-of-the-art game computer. I have a old shitty MSI, you know, GTX 1070. It's only 1080. I'm pulling shit at 144 frames per second on the next to lowest, well, the next to the highest graphics settings that you can have. On Ultra, I can run this shit easily on 60 frames, easily all day. Like, even when I was farming dolmens in Alakir Desert, there's fucking 60, 70 people around farming those dolmens. Never dropped below 60 the entire time. I mean, you don't have to have an extremely good PC to run it, you know. And that was on the very highest settings that there was. But I just wanted to, you know, kind of touch base with you guys. I'm going to be, I won't be streaming a lot just because the internet here is pretty bad. When I say pretty bad, I'm talking about 15 down, load, 2 up. You can't stream on that. I mean, if you do, it's going to make your game lag relentlessly, and it's just not worth it. I've tried already. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm looking forward to the criticism / supportive, nurturing, caring things that you guys are going to say. Tell me what classes, what skills you think are broken. I didn't go into the skills. Okay, so the Silver Leash needs fucking fixed. Trap Beast needs fucking fixed. What else needs fixed? Streak needs to be able to hit through block, in my opinion. There's a few other skills, but I've actually ran out of Moxie to really want to go into depth on that. You'll probably hear a little bit about it in my next videos. I'm really not going to say too much now because the new patch is coming out. and we'll just see how things work in the new expansion that you have to pay to win. You have to pay $40 to unlock the Necromancer class, even though you have ESO plus. You know, so strictly pay to win. But the way the Necromancer sits right now is completely overpowered, and that's how they want to present it. Like, oh, you have to have this class so everyone buys it. And then guess what happens 2 months after you buy it? They're going to just shit on that class. Just absolutely shit on. Mark my words. 2 months from the release date, they're absolutely shit on that class. It's going to be completely irrelevant. It's going to be a healer. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be damage. It's not going to be tanky. It's going to be a fucking healing class. At the end, 2 months after launch. Or correct said it first. But fellas, that's really all I wanted to kind of touch on. Kind of sorry for the rant. Let me know if you want more things like this, or maybe even suggest topics I could go in depth on. I mean, we don't have to talk about ESO per se. It could be anything in general. I'm pretty well rounded when it comes to most video games and news thereof. And I watch a lot of Boogie 298 and PewDiePie. I mean, of course, I'm up to date on everything, right? But I'll go ahead and end the video there. Thank you guys for listening to my rants. You know, like I said, like, subscribe, in the comments. Tell me I'm full of shit. Tell me I'm stupid. Tell me I know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, anything will be great. I want to bring back the PvP community, fellas. Like, I want ESO to be great again, Trump. You know, the potential is there, guys. It's just, if you guys feel like you're burned out on Xbox, you should burn out on the game if you're on console. I'm telling you. Make the plunge, invest in a decent PC, and transfer over to PC. I mean, it's such a great experience so far. And once a week, I'll update you guys on my quote-unquote journey. But, yeah, hopefully you guys have a good night. I'm not sure when this video is going to be uploaded. Might be tonight, might be in the morning, who knows. But thanks for watching, and say goodbye to the mooms. Say bye, mooms. Peace, guys.